We're back. I'm Claire Macklin. It's great to have you. I think it's your first time on the show.
Indeed.
We're really happy you're here. So tell us about this very interesting topic of Silver Spring Village. Is it a physical village? I mean, is it a new development kind of thing? What is this?
Not at all. The first question a lot of people ask us is, where is Silver Spring Village? And where it is, for people who live in the part of Silver Spring that we serve, it's where you are.
Okay.
Almost everybody says they want to age at home in their own home or apartment.
Age in place, I think.
Age in place.
Right. Okay.
Where things are familiar,
Sure.
not just they want to stay in their home, but they know the community.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to help people do.
So they don't. So not. I mean, this whole thing of warehouse. So not having to go off to a retired facility or nursing home or whatever.
Absolutely.
Stay in your own home. What a great concept that is.
So yes, the concept is neighbors helping neighbors. Services are provided almost entirely by volunteers. Everything we do is almost by volunteers. It's a membership organization, a nonprofit. And
there's a website. You have a website.
We have
People
a
learn more.
website. I hope everybody will look at it.
Okay.
It's simply Silver Spring Village, one word, .org.
Okay.
You will find lots of information there on how to join,
So-
how to be a
So
volunteer.
you've got somebody who's getting older.
Yep.
Maybe a widow or widower.
Or a
alone
couple.
or couple, and as age has progressed, not able to do everything they'd want to do in the past. Maybe driving issues, maybe some vision issues. And is this what we're talking about, or mobility issues?
Well, this is part of what we're talking about, and people who need help are getting it. We also have a very lively program of educational and social activities, because we want to help enable people to stay in their home, but we don't want them to stay in their home all the time.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So we have several activities every week. Some of them are purely social, like meet for coffee or meet
Okay.
at a restaurant. But we have speakers. We go to museums and movies and concerts and ball games, and
Why is this just for seniors? Why do we not
It
have
isn't.
this in our busy lives? This sounds like what we used to call community.
Exactly. We are trying hard to build community. We're reaching out to the neighborhoods all within. It's zip code 20910 is basically our area. So that's the area that includes the commercial part of downtown Silver Spring,
Right.
and neighborhoods all around there, including a very, very diverse area.
Sure.
Some neighborhoods with beautiful homes and different kinds of homes, and many apartment buildings
Right.
and condos. And we want to include everybody who wants to be part of this. We don't have an age limit. You don't have to be 65 or even 45.
Okay.
That's the case for volunteers as well as members.
It's actually kind of, it sounds fantastic, and I commend you and the organization.
Thank you.
But there's also a piece of it that's sad when I think just where I grew up, not reminiscing. But
Right.
I knew my neighbors. I knew
Exactly.
people, and we've become. We're living in silos, or whatever the expression is.
Bowling alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the huge benefits, I mean, for me personally, and many of us who are on the administrative side, most of us are retired, and we never really had a chance to know our neighbors. And
Right.
we've met a lot of people. We're
Interesting.
having a good time doing this, which is part of it. I met a man who said he was from some village in Africa, and he thought this was a great idea because it would help people get back their villagicity.
Right, right, absolutely. It turns out that person next door that you've been upset that they haven't mowed their lawn enough, or they've got chip paint on their shutter. Turns out they're not so bad.
Well, there's that, and we try to make it easy for people to ask for help.
Good.
Of course, a lot of people don't want to admit that they
Isn't-
need help.
Isn't that the big issue, where people
very
don't
big.
want to be a burden, and for this to work, everyone has to be a burden on one another, right? In some small way.
Yes, and
Good
I mean,
burden.
our volunteers
Right.
they volunteer as much or as little as they want to.
Right.
It also helps family members. We have
Right.
a woman who's received a lot of help, and her son, who lives in Minneapolis, sure is glad.
Sure.
So
You've indicated earlier that you have 102 persons now.
We do,
Could you
right
explain
now.
a little bit about that? Because I'm not sure how they join or.
We
So
have
how-
just about 30 seconds left, so it's going to
30
be quick.
seconds. I'm
Well,
sorry.
it's easy to join. The information's on our website. We love to hear from people. We do have membership dues, and it depends whether you're one person or a couple, and whether you need services or
Okay.
not. And we also have a small scholarship program for people who need help with the dues.
But you need volunteers. You're around Silver Spring, and then there are these villages all around. It's a great place to become involved with your community.
Yes,
right?
we should mention that. There are many villages in Montgomery County,
Okay.
and the DC area is really a hotbed for villages.
Thank you for this, Claire.
Sure.
I hope you'll come back.